When you need advice, come to Ben and Kelly. It's group therapy on 99.7 DJX.
Rich reached out, said I graduated from college 2 years ago, settled into a job that I like. I'm not making tons of money, but I'm paying off my student loans while having an incredible life with my girlfriend. She's funny, smart, the light of my life, as corny as that sounds. We've been together for 4 years, and I'm so very happy right now.
All right.
But the future is scaring me. My girlfriend is 8 years older than me and will be finishing her PhD this year. Now, many of her friends are married with kids or focusing on careers in far-off corners of the world, and she's been really anxious lately and talking more seriously about kids. I know her 3 older sisters have had fertility trouble, so this is probably going to be a do-or-die time. I love her. I can picture us getting married, picture her as the mother of my kids, but just not right now. Mm-hmm. I'm terrified of losing her. I can't imagine life without her, but can't see myself changing diapers a year from now. I was hoping some listeners might have some advice who were maybe in a similar situation.
Yeah, I mean, when you're in 2 different stages of life, that is kind of tough to match up and marry up because it's maybe there's always that someone's got to have a concession, like, or there's got to be a compromise where it's like, all right, well, I know you're in this spot and I'm in this spot, but we want to be together, so I'm going to do this and you're going to do this, and that's how it is. But are we sure has fertility issues?
Well, her sisters do.
Well, I know her sisters do, but does she?
I don't know. I think he's just kind of assuming at this point because of what's going on in the family.
Yeah, I'd almost make sure that they're, have her go to her gynecologist or have her go to a fertility specialist first if they want to talk about that and see if there are issues there. Because if not, then I don't know. Maybe you just kind of keep on keeping on and let nature take its course. Giggity.
Okay. Now, Heather said there are alternatives, possibly freezing embryos, stuff like that can provide backup as you buy a little more time, to play. I had my kids later. Most women my age have grown kids now, but I like that I had them later. My head's in a better space. And for the record, I wasn't sure I wanted kids at all back then.
There you go.
But I wouldn't want a world without them now. It's an adventure. And
Sure.
You've got an awesome partner. So enjoy all of it, even the scary parts.
All right. Well, that's an option for sure. I know he's not the only one who has or is in a relationship where there's an age difference.
Yeah.
So let us know your story because that could probably help here. And I know I say that all the time, but that's why we do group therapy, right? 502-795-1997. What's your story and how did it all work out? And maybe that'll help Rich kind of ease his mind because it sounds like he wants to be with her.
Yeah, I don't think there's a doubt there.
Right.
He is just concerned about the whole, he's not sure if he's ready to jump into, being a husband, having, the kids like right now because he's, just out of school. I'm guessing he's probably 24, 25 based on what he
Oh, okay.
gave
I was
us.
thinking maybe he was 15.
Well, he said I graduated from college 2 years ago.
Oh, all right.
So that's typically the age that they're doing
all
that.
right,
and
yeah.
she's 8 years older than that.
All
So
right.
I don't think, she's not approaching to where she's going to become like a science experiment if
Right.
they, wait a little bit.
Yeah.
So, I didn't have mine until 36 and 38.
Yep.
That's just because I couldn't find my husband until later.
We all have our journeys,
We
right?
all have our journeys.
Yes.
Yes.
All right. Group therapy. We are right in the middle of Rich's situation where he has a girlfriend of 4 years. She's 8 years older than he is and is kind of wanting kids, or at least, her biological clock is telling her, you know what, let's start thinking about this. This scares him a little bit because she's kind of in a different stage of life than he is.
Yeah, he graduated from college 2 years ago. They've been together for 4 years. So I think their relationship is really established. So a lot of people are kind of suggesting, hey, you can buy yourself a little bit of time. we've got Ashley says I'm 35 and just now pregnant with my first. It's okay to wait.
Well, I think what's worrying him is the whole side of her family where she has sisters who experienced fertility issues as well. And
so he's concerned it might take longer.
Yeah, Jessica says if he wants to date an older woman, he has to realize there's literally a ticking clock for women that she has no control over. If he wants his future to be with her, he's probably going to have to give a little on his own timeline. But ultimately, it's a conversation they need to have together, regardless of any outside advice. The two of them are the only ones that can truly decide what is right and whether they are both willing to compromise a little moving forward. And that's kind of what we said at the beginning, where I feel like compromise is going to have to be something at play here.
Yeah, exactly. Because they're both on the same page about knowing that they want a future together. That's not the issue. The issue is just like, okay, when do you kind of officially jumpstart that future together? And I think maybe because he said that I can't see myself changing diapers next year. Mm-hmm. Okay, maybe you put it off for like another year. How about 2 years? Do you think that you'd be there?
Right.
And that might be fun.
Here's the other part of that where if you say, hey, are you ready for kids? The answer is always going to be no.
Oh, 1,000%. You're never going to be ready.
No,
you think you might be ready? You're never going to be ready.
You're never ready for kids.
Yeah.
And because there's always going to be something in your life that you're like, well, I don't know if I'm at the right point in my career to have kids. I don't know if I'm at the right point financially to have kids. I don't know if I'm at the right point, whatever, to have kids. And so, I don't know.
Well, and maybe we get married first because we're not even engaged yet, because you're going to want some time just as husband and wife before you jump right into that too. So think about that as well. If you're, sure that this is going to be your path, consider, that line first.
There's a glitch in the Matrix. The Robo Kelly's happening right now. But yeah, I mean, exactly what she said. But there are plenty of people who are showing their examples of, hey, I was older and had kids. There is time. But yeah, like you said, maybe let's start with an engagement, if that's the thing, and then move from there and progress along the way. If marriage is something that you both want to do, then, let's start down that path. And then, we can go down the kid path. But, yeah, Rich, I don't think you're ever going to be, quote, ready for kids.
No.
But if you can at least compromise a little and think, okay, well, maybe, in 2 years, maybe am I ready? Or in 18 months, maybe am I ready? All right, then there you go.
But the biggest hurdle is you found your person.
Yeah. So
that's the best part. That's
the best part, for sure, Rich. So whatever happens, I feel like, you got yourself a good person there to spend your life with, and you can feel comfortable in that. All right?
Exactly.
All right. Is that it?
I think so.
Sorry, Rich. Don't mean to brush you off, but keep us posted for sure. And let us know how that all works out.